안녕하세요. 저는 Noki입니다, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be doing a channel review. And I'm very excited because, of course, I've got my Twitch chat here, so part of the community here with me. And basically, I've never tried one of these types of videos. It's once again going to be a new for me, but I have been thinking about doing this for quite some time. Essentially, I was going to do it as like a Christmas type stream because, you know, of course we can celebrate Christmas together, and I most likely will do something like that over here on Twitch. But I got sent my analytics about a week ago from YouTube, just about how the channel has done so far this year. And considering that we are all in this journey together, and you guys have been part of this journey with me this year as well, which has been a monstrous year. Not only for my personal growth, but also just for the channel's growth and stuff like that as well. Why not share it with you and we can talk through some stuff together. The latter part of this video is going to be about some stuff that I've been wanting to address for quite some time, about where my channel is going to be going next year, and should I say channels are going to be going next year. And I've got some very exciting things in store for you guys, so I hope, of course, that you guys can enjoy everything that we have got planned today. But basically, let's just jump straight into it. As far as YouTube analytics are concerned, I hope that you guys can see it over here with me. Now, I posted this to my Instagram story, which of course you guys can go and check down in the link in the description below. But yeah, I posted this earlier on today, and our 2021 snapshot looks a little bit like this. It is just a snapshot, but we have got 26.2 million minutes of watch time over on the channel this year. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what 26.2 million minutes looks like, it is quite literally 50 years. 50 years worth of content has been watched on my channel this year, which is actually insane. It's actually just like one of those things that continues to baffle me. Like, I've put over, it's definitely been over 1,000 videos now, but I've put out probably close to 700 to 800 videos over on the channel this year. And it never really kind of registers in my mind that a view sometimes lasts 3 minutes, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, and sometimes the entire reaction or the entire video that I wind up having over here on the channel. And yeah, this really just kind of stumped me, man. I was just like, yo, like, exactly, Tenny, it's twice my life so far. Like, 50 years worth of content has been watched over on the channel this year, and it's been watched 5.8 million times. I think the channel at the moment is at, what are we at right now as far as freaking total views are concerned? We're on like 7.4 million views on the channel just in total, and thank you so much, CSIX. I really appreciate you, man. But yeah, like, out of that 7.4 million views, 5.8 have just been this year, and it's been absolutely freaking crazy. So to everyone who's contributed to these numbers but has subsequently also contributed to this community, I really just want to say thank you so much. And Kelvi, thank you. I really appreciate you, man. Especially so many of you guys that I interact with on the daily. I'm super lucky and super grateful to have you guys around. You're an absolutely incredible group of people, and I honestly have no idea where I would be without you. It would be a lot more boring, let's just definitely say that. But the next stat is, or actually at least we can go back to this one, allegedly my most viewed video this year is my Blackpink crack guide reaction, which is so interesting because it's just continued to gain traction constantly over the course of this year. I think when I posted it in November or something of last year, so it's been quite a ride with Blackpink this year as well still. Because I've started listening to them a hell of a lot more. Like, I think occasionally I fall in and out with certain artists. Sometimes I don't listen to them as much, and then you go through a phase and you just hard focus. And I think the last probably 4 or 5 months, I've listened to Blackpink a hell of a lot more than I have in a very long time. And yeah, this video's got, I think it's like 82,000 views on it or something like that, which is once again monstrous. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has taken the time, of course, to watch that. And for those of you guys who have subscribed, I think over I think it was like 800 people subscribed from that video alone or something like that. And also the IU one the Ayun killing voice reaction as well. So it was really cool. But yeah, basically, I don't obviously post that much Blackpink content because I've watched pretty much everything. I've watched pretty much everything. I am a Blink at heart as well, and I've listened to them before their pre-debut. But yeah, I'm very interested to see that video actually wound up taking off and still remains the most viewed this year. But moving on, as far as the community is concerned in terms of statistics, we have got some very interesting statistics here. Now, our top 3 countries for channel views are South Korea, United States, and Indonesia, with South Korea being number 1. So to my Korean friends, 저를 팔로우 해주셔서 너무 감사하고, 예, 많이 사랑해주셔서 너무 감사합니다. I really appreciate every single one of you guys for everything that you do. Like I've said, for every comment that I get on the videos, I try and respond to as many as I possibly can as well. Unfortunately, I don't get around to it all the time because, as you can see, I've received almost 38,000, almost 39,000 comments this year on my YouTube videos and stuff like that. But it's really been something. For my North American friends, thank you so much for you know, everything that you guys do for me as well. I think North America gang is probably the ones that I actively get to chat with the most, because fortunately for them, I sleep on North American time. It's horrendous. Like, my sleep schedule is so fucked. But I sleep on North American time, so I've really gotten to know the North American family a lot better this year, and I really just want to say thank you guys so much. And to my Indonesian friends as well, thank you so much. All I can say is terima kasih, right? Terima kasih. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Obviously, you know, being so close together as far as Australia and Indonesia are concerned, we're thankfully in a pretty decent time zone, so I also get to interact with a lot of you guys too. But yeah, the amount of love that I've been shown this year has just been absolutely awesome. I think so that I can go into some more in-depth analytics, if I'm being very honest, let me just go here, because I can call out the top 10 as far as the countries are concerned. Let me go ahead. Last 365 days. Right. Okay. So number 1, like we said, we've got South Korea. We've got number 2, the United States. Number 3, Indonesia. And sitting very closely in number 4th behind Indonesia is the Philippines. So thank you so much, PH gang. Mahal kita. I really love you guys. I really love you guys so much, man. PH gang, especially on the Discord. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome. Some of my best friends in this community are from the Philippines, and I think that you guys are absolutely insane for the amount of stuff that you watch, the amount of stuff that you comment on, and I love every single thing that you guys do. So thank you so much for that as well. Thailand, yo, freaking kapung kap, right? Kapung kap. Love you guys. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome. Once again, got hella love from Thailand this year with some really awesome videos that I reacted to. I reacted to Millie, a Thai rapper, not too long ago, and it was F Hero as well, right? I always forget his name, but Millie with Stray Kids' Changbin. So thank you guys so much for all the love on that. Then we've got Japan. Yo, my Japanese friends. Konnichiwa. Hontoni kotoshi hontoni arigatou gozaimashita. I really appreciate it. So I love you guys. Daisuki desu. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome. I really appreciate it. Malaysia, yo, I don't know anything in Malay, but thank you. You guys are freaking awesome. Brazil, obrigado. I really appreciate you guys as well. And also, last but certainly not least, to the UK. My more learned Australian friends over in the UK. Thank you guys so much as well for all the amazing work and stuff that you put in as well in you know, loving and supporting the videos too. Now, I really just want to say that it says here you're connecting with fans. It's always a very interesting thing, right? Like, fans, what a word. Personally, I don't like seeing this community in any way, shape or form as one where there is a divide between myself and you. I've said this since the very beginning, like, we are on the same journey together, and we always have been from the start, because I started making videos for myself, and I still do make videos for myself, and that has been something that I've come back to a lot this year, that I make videos because I want to, not because others want me to. And as a result, you guys have decided that you want to be there with me, and you know, honestly, having friends to be a part of something that you're also passionate about is very important. So I would rather change this word to you're connecting with friends, because you guys really are friends, and then you become family the closer that we get. And it really does feel like that over here, you know. It's like there's a lot of things that I've been able to share with you guys. There's a lot of things that you've been able to share with me, but most importantly, I think there's been a lot of opportunities this year for us to help each other grow, and I've seen that firsthand even in myself. And to me, that's not fan behavior. I feel like that's definitely something more that a family or a group of very close friends to you do. So to all of my friends, to all of my family all over the world, to all 41,600 and I think it's 85 of you guys right now, thank you for everything that you have done for me so far. I honestly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I don't know how to say thank you enough, but I can just hope that we can continue enjoying stuff that we enjoy and not letting others get to us as a result because of that, because it's a very important thing, I think, this year. Costa Rica, let's go, man. Let's go. Also, Joe, thank you so much for popping through, my guy. I've got some shit to say about you later, dude. When I say shit, of course I mean very, 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 very good shit. But yeah, dude, absolutely amazing. 38,824 comments. To think I've responded to maybe even half of them is just kind of wild, but yeah, really awesome year this year. Overall, we've had 38,800 comments, but 447,700 likes on the videos across the channel this year. That number blows my mind. Like, blows my mind. Stats blow my mind. And also not at YouTube getting this wrong and saying LKTV TV, whatever. I'm changing the channel name. It's LKTV TV now. It's a huge number. Of course, I know that likes and stats don't really mean too much, but or at least not really to me. But it's really just a reflection, I think, at points of, you know, how. It's a reflection just in general, I think, of like how people interact with things, and I'm really, really, really proud of that number, and I'm very happy that, you know, there's been 447,000 times that people have seen one of my videos and gone, you know what, I like that. So thank you to everyone who has ever left a like on any of the videos. I really, really, really appreciate it. Last but certainly not least, we have a channel lifetime review highlights. It's been 524 days since I first uploaded a video. It's been almost a year and a half since this channel was created. Or just over a year and a half, actually, I can't count. We've had 699,700 likes in total and 112,500 comments in total across this channel's lifetime span. If I really want to delve deeper and kind of put all of this BS in perspective and go ahead and start talking about how many minutes the channel has been watched for, just let me get those numbers real quick, because it's kind of insane. Lifetime, let's have a look at that. That's an insane amount. All right, hang on, I need to convert that. So the channel in total has been watched for 659,000 hours, which is the equivalent of 75.2 years. So you guys have watched this channel for almost the full lifetime of a person, and that's insane. This channel is huge, and also Joe, take care of yourself, my guy. Hope you're staying safe out there. Love you, man. Go and check Joe out, y'all. Obviously leave the links down in the Twitch chat as well. But we've lived a fulfilling life, that's for sure. It's been a year and a half since the channel's been created, and so far 75 years worth of content has been watched already, which is just mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. So yeah, that's definitely a very, very, very big thing. And I just want to say once again, thank you so much to everyone who has ever watched a video, whether it be for one, whether it just be for a couple of videos. Like if you're here for one artist, or if you're just here for me and you just want to vibe and you just enjoy the community aspects, just thank you anyway for the way that you've interacted. Before I get on to anything else, I really just wanted to say it's been a very challenging year for me in many regards, many different ways. Soft boy hours. I think the lo-fi works too. I think the lo-fi works well, but soft boy hours, as far as this is concerned, what I mean is like, it's been a very tough year, man. Like, you know, it's been up and down. Obviously, we've still got the coronavirus pandemic and stuff going on. So things are really crazy and really hectic out there. A lot of people have been affected, including people close to me. And it's always one of those things where it can be very mentally and emotionally draining and very emotionally challenging, very mentally I can't even speak. Challenging and draining as well. I'm sorry, I'm so cooked right now. Like I first started this year still employed at my full-time job. I had a 9-to-5 earlier this year. And I quit in January, on January the 17th actually, and I just dove in without any regard for whatever the consequences would be, because I love this. Like I genuinely love doing this. Like I can spend 8 or 9 hours on a stream just talking about K-pop. I can spend 3 to 4 hours on a podcast just talking with friends about something that I love. And doing that was a very emotional time for me, because you know, I didn't think that I would ever have the ability to be able to do something like that, but I did. And it somehow managed to work out, and it's worked out largely because of the relationship that we have with each other. I've been able to make content, you guys have been able to enjoy it, and you know, as a result, some of you have felt the need, which I'm really, really, really grateful for, to support me financially in that regard as well. And I know that is never something that I will beg for, or never something that I will plead for, but always is going to be something that is optional. But for anyone who has, or anyone who just does support my channel in any way, shape or form, whether it just be through watching or whatever, I owe a lot in terms of that. Like I owe a lot of gratitude to you, and I just hope that you guys really realize that I'm super grateful for everything that I've received and continue to receive on this channel as well. The thing is that, you know, as a result, I've been through like I guess you could say like a unique set of like a YouTuber challenges, but some stuff that we can go through later on, perhaps in a podcast, maybe with Kaya and Joe. But if I could sum this year up in 2 words for me, it would probably be, I lost one of them. Honestly, experimentation is definitely one of them. Experimentation is definitely one of them, because I've experimented with a lot this year. It's been very challenging, but I've experimented with a lot, and I've tried to walk and tried to balance. I've tried to walk a fine line and tried to balance a lot of things, which sometimes have not worked out, and they haven't worked out to many people's disappointment, or to my own disappointment, or something like that. But it's always been and always will be a road that I think that I will continue to always try and tread on, and that is one of experimentation, because I really like being able to try new things and to grow and to show you guys my own growth and my own ideas and all of that type of stuff. And yeah, like I think experimentation is probably definitely one of the words I think that would summarize this year, but also just probably passion, like keeping passion as the centerpiece, like the main focus, the centerpiece for why it is that I do what I do. And you know, when I am in times of I guess like mental or emotional reassurance or something like that, like when I'm in times of in need of times like that, when I'm in times like that where I need that, I think passion is definitely something that I constantly come back to, and I'm very easily able to recover from, you know, whatever challenges it may be that I'm facing, because I have you guys, I have everything that I love doing over here, and that's definitely something that keeps me going. So yeah, I'm extremely thankful and grateful for that as well. Of course, the community has become and continues to be an extremely massive part of this channel, and as a result, we've seen the community grow significantly this year as well. I started off 2021 with 20,000 subscribers. Actually, I got there at the end of January, and now we're at 41,000 towards the end of December. So we've quite literally doubled in less than a year, which is huge. Our Discord has grown to some absolutely incredible heights. We've got over 1,500 people as part of our Discord server now. We have a lot of people who regularly chat there. We've got, you know, a VC gang. We've got people who are able to constantly converse there and, you know, be part of like some really awesome discussions. And I've been part of a lot of them myself. And it's just really cool to see that there is a active and very wholesome community that even exists just beyond me, and, you know, even exists just next to me in a regard as well. Like I'm part of it, but I'm also next to it, and sometimes I look at the community and I go, wow, there's so many different people from so many different walks of life. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter your gender, your race, your ethnicity, what language you speak, or anything like that. I'm just so glad that it's a place where a lot of people can feel at home, where a lot of people can feel like they can be heard and listened to and appreciated, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what all of this is supposed to be. And I really am super glad that, of course, we have that and that we continue to maintain that. To all of my mods who are moderators over here on my Twitch channel, who are moderators on my Discord channel, it doesn't matter to me how long you've been a mod for. It doesn't matter how long to me you have been around, whether or not you're an OG or whether or not you've been around for, you know, 2 weeks, 1 month, or whatever. You guys have done some amazing things this year, and you've looked out for the community and tried your best, sometimes to, like, in the face of criticism, to obviously make this place the best place that it can be, obviously in line with how I want things to be as well. And I really just want to say that I appreciate and respect you guys for everything that you continue to do, despite the fact that you all have lives that exist outside of my channel, my server, and that, yeah, you are so active in making sure that you're not only involved as part of the community, but you're also active in making sure that it's always just the best and the cleanest and the most wholesome that it can be. So thank you. I really appreciate every single one of my mods. Every single one of my mods, even if they're currently not active mods either. So everyone who has been a mod across either my Discord server or my Twitch chat this year, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really appreciate you guys a lot. Swords up indeed. Swords up. But also, I can't leave this section without obviously thanking all of those people who maybe don't like my channel, or maybe don't like myself, or maybe don't like my community, and have at some point in this year interacted with it. To those people, I really just want to say, and I will keep it very short and very, 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 very sweet. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to watch my videos. Thank you, whether you know, have been here for a long time or a short period of time. If you hate watch or anything like that, thank you. I appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much for that. But let's move on. Let's go Team Hate Clicker. Indeed, man. Well, I mean, you know, at the same time, any interaction is good interaction. And I once again just have to say that even though I consider it completely unnecessary, everyone has been part of the journey in some way, so I obviously do need to give credit where it's due. Exactly. All right, now, next part, I really just want to talk about some absolutely amazing YouTubers that I have continued to grow closer to this year, and some amazing YouTubers who I have started to make friends with this year. And the first off would be Kaya from the Safe Cave. Kaya is a person that I met back last year, and Kaya is honestly one of the most amazing human beings that I've ever met. Kaya hustles extremely hard, and when I say hustles, I mean Kaya just does whatever the hell Kaya wants, and she just is a really, really awesome example of someone not only that I am happy to know, but also someone I think that everyone should probably, like the type of person that everyone should know at least at some stage in their life. Kai is a really amazing person. She is an incredible reactor, and she puts out an absolutely huge shit ton amount of content, and she deserves all of the love and support that she continues to get. But as a result of that, of course, on top of that, she is a part of the Wizvengers, so a group of YouTubers consisting of myself and two other absolutely amazing guys here as well. And yeah, I really just want to say to Kaya, if you do wind up watching this at some cage, wow, I'm so done. Like, I really just want to thank myself as well for the amount of memes I've created this year from me misspeaking. I swear to God, I'm messed up, man. But yeah, Kaya, like, she's an incredible human being, and I really just want to say thank you so much for being my friend, for continuing to obviously stick by me, and but also for just being a really awesome person to talk to, and just being yet again another amazing person that's out there making really good content, and you know, helping people get through their days and all of that type of stuff too. You're an absolute freaking legend. So thank you to Kaya. Definitely go and subscribe to Kaya if you have not already. Also to Joe, Jehovah's Reacts. Joe, once again, is a guy that I've known for quite a long time now. It's been over a year, and Joe's been through a lot, bro. He's once again also tried and experimented with a lot of things, and thank you, Steph, the inability to speak. I know, it's crazy. Joe is once again an absolutely awesome person who has appeared in the chat just earlier, and as you know, obviously we can see he's a very lovable guy, and he's a very loving guy, and he honestly just loves what he does. He is out here making the type of content that he wants to make, and Joe is really once again an example, I think, of someone who just doesn't really care about whatever people think, and he just kind of goes ahead and does his own thing. And I have to say that is just incredibly respectable, and I love the fact that, like, whenever I go and watch one of Joe's videos, that Joe can make not only me happy, but I can also see in him just why it is that he is making the videos and the content that he does. And it's because he genuinely loves and genuinely enjoys every single bit of whatever it is that he is watching. He doesn't watch things just for the sake of it. He doesn't do any of that type of stuff. He literally just chooses stuff that he wants to watch, and he loves doing it, and I absolutely adore that. So Joe's an amazing reactor, but also on top of that, he is an awesome friend. We've been through a lot this year. We've streamed a lot together this year. We've collaborated a lot, and it's honestly just been so awesome to grow closer to Joe along with Kaya. And it's been a fucking ride, man. So thank you so much to Joe as well for all that you've done for me as well, man, for the amazing chats that we've had and continue to have. And thank you so much just for being a really awesome example of what a genuine reactor is like, but being an even more genuine friend as well. I really appreciate that too. Moving on, we've got Kobe from Cobra MT. Now, a lot of you guys know Cobra, especially if you have been in my Discord, especially if you have come from Cobra's Discord initially as well. But Cobra is an absolutely incredible dude, and I'm just going to continue to say this about the Wizvengers just in general, because these guys are my favorite human beings, man. They are amazing, and as you can see here, we've got the Wizvengers channel down here, of course, down the bottom as well. But Cobra Cobra is another amazing guy. He is from the US. So Joe's from Canada. Kai is from the UK. But yeah, Cobra is from the US, and he has been a relatively new K-pop fan. He dove into a lot last year, but obviously continued diving into a lot more this year. Now, Cobra is an example of someone who continues to jump back from, continues to bounce back from adversity. And he's obviously been through quite a bit this year with his channel as well. He is doing a lot of the stuff that he wants, and he's not necessarily putting out as many videos right now and stuff like that, but when he does, you can tell that he's absolutely loving what it is that he is doing, and he's really making the most of his time that he does wind up spending over here on YouTube. And perhaps one of the craziest things about Cobra is just his ability to make and maintain such an important and wholesome community. Like he's just got like this type of positivity that surrounds him, where and yeah, Maz, you're so right, man. Soft boy hours always open. I hope you're good as well, Maz. I miss you, man. He is just a really nice guy, and he attracts, as a result, extremely nice people. Like I said, he's been through a bit, and he's obviously continued to bounce back from that, but Cobra is 100% a real G, and I don't think that I would be where I am without him or the rest of the Wizvengers, so Joe and Kaya as well. And I really just constantly respect everything that he is doing, and regardless of whether he is making videos or not, similar to Kaya or Joe, I'm really glad to know them, and super glad that we constantly talk as much as we do. And I hope, of course, Cobra, that you're doing well, man. You're doing well out there, but that you remember everyone loves you, and we all hope that you're always taking care of yourself. And thank you so much for being a member of this community, and for continuing to be a really good friend of mine as well. So thank you so much, my guy. But moving on, we've gotten to know a few other YouTubers this year. We really only just got to know a few of these guys as well, but I really just think that it's very important to shout them out too, because every thing that we've done so far, whether we've just talked or we've popped into each other's streams or anything like that, it's been really cool. So really quickly, I first off just want to shout out Deeks. A lot of you guys will be familiar with Deeks. I think Ben is a really awesome person, and definitely someone who I've enjoyed getting to know, at least very briefly, over the last month or two. Ben's popped into some of my streams, and likewise sometimes I've popped into his and stuff like that too, and likewise on the videos and stuff. But to Ben, I really just want to say, man, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it, man, and for the positivity that you constantly dump in the chat. Whenever you do come through, it's always a really good time. But you should definitely go and check out Ben's reactions, because once again, he's on his grind, he's out there doing his thing, and really enjoying and loving everything that it is that he does. And yeah, I really hope that you guys give him the time of day, because a very, very, very awesome person that I think everyone should definitely go and check out. So thank you so much, Ben. Deeks, I really appreciate it. Go and subscribe, y'all. Once again, Kelvi, bro. Kelvi's the homie. Kelvi is the homie, bro. I popped into his Twice the Feels reaction not too long ago. I popped into a stream because I've watched Kelvi for a while myself, actually. Kelvi is a really, really, really cool dude, man. He's a fellow Aussie. I never knew, but fellow Aussie himself. He's come through to the streams quite a couple of times. He's raided, and I really just want to always say thank you so much for the raids, man. And likewise, we've raided him back. But he's an incredibly awesome guy who does a lot of different things, whether it be over on Twitch. And yes, I totally agree, Juan. Kelvi is awesome. He's a really cool guy who is utilizing a bunch of platforms at the moment. He's created his own website this year instead of Patreon. He's done his own thing, bro. He's a UNer through and through. He's a once through and through, so we vibe on that. But he's honestly just a guy out here to appreciate good music and appreciate it with the people who want to do so with him. And I feel like this is one of the reasons why I vibe a lot with Kelvi, because I see some similarities between us. Like, the main focus always is just on the community, and it's always based on just sharing something that you love with other people that love that. And I feel like that's something that really strikes me about Kelvi. But on top of that, he's just really fucking funny, man. He's really fucking funny. Like he's an extremely hilarious dude. I love watching his streams. I love going in and catching them when I can, when I'm not streaming. And I think that you guys definitely should too. Of course, if you are always looking for new reactors or just people who are genuinely really loving what it is that they do, Kelvi is a great example, and he's an even better guy too. So go and check him out too. Once again, Mando, bro. Mando is another person we have recently really just gotten to know. Mando is such an awesome dude, man. He is super sweet, super lovely, but everything that we've obviously interacted on so far, I feel has been really awesome. Like, he's a fellow Karina simp as far as our aespa bias is concerned, and I live vicariously through him, honestly, in that regard. He posts a lot about Karina on Twitter, and I swear to God, whenever I look at his posts, man, I'm always just like, oh, I'm so glad you posted that, because now I can just like it and I can live vicariously through you, man. And he's just awesome. Mando is the perfect example once again, and I think you can see the common theme with the people that I associate with is he just loves what he does. He honestly just loves what he does, man. He does not give a shit about what other people think. He doesn't really care. He doesn't, go ahead and do stuff for the sake of it. He's definitely just out here doing stuff because he wants to. And I really consistently just feel that. And that's one of the things that makes his videos and his content just in general so enjoyable to watch. And, everything that I've seen from him so far, because I have watched him once again for quite a while, but everything that I've seen from him so far, every time that he's obviously come in and chatted, whether it be on the podcast for Girls Planet 999, which was about when he came in and stuff like that, it's just always been really wholesome. And I love being able to meet new people like Mando to be able to talk to. And he's a very intelligent and very passionate guy. So once again, go and give him a follow, go and check him out. But thank you so much as well, Mando, for your amazing contributions to the community this year as well, my man. Really appreciate it. Then we've got Newbie Warrior. Newbie is an absolutely awesome dude. He's been around for quite a while, actually. I did know Newbie last year. I got to know Newbie last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, I think it was towards the end of last year when we were watching 16. Or was 16 earlier this year? I can't even remember. But anyway, Newbie, absolutely amazing guy. He obviously puts out a lot of content too. He puts out a lot, and he is obviously extremely passionate yet again about the stuff that he's doing, and that's the reason why it was late last year. There we go. Yeah, it was that's one of the reasons why I have such a high amount of respect for him, because he's so fast too. He jumps on stuff super quickly. He's always there. He's always passionate. He's always providing a very interesting commentary on stuff that he finds interesting and things like that. And I really, really, really appreciate that about him. Once again, he's a very awesome person, and we were able to talk about and communicate on GP999 together as well. But I think that if you guys would like some very interesting reviews on K-pop, but also just a guy, once again, who is just very genuinely interested in having fun and doing what it is that he loves best, then go and check out Newbie as well. And once again, Newbie, thank you so much for your commitment to the community and everything that you've done so far this year too. And also just for sticking around and being an awesome friend, man. Really appreciate it, bro. Now, last but not least, certainly not least, and this is going to be going for both Casey and Yoonbi, but we've got Red Sun, and then of course we've got Yoonbi as well. I don't know why, man. Yoonbi makes me laugh. But these two guys I got to know pretty much at the exact same time. And dude, Casey, or Red Sun, and Yoonbi are just really awesome dudes, man. They are really, really, really fucking cool. They are part of NA Gang, and I first met them through a few different ways. I think Casey said that he started watching some of my videos first, and I had seen him around when he first started up his channel. He only started up this year, actually. He really only started May 20 of 2021. But he's in orbit. We've chatted about some of that type of stuff. We've had multiple different interactions across a variety of different things. We streamed the Girls Planet 999 finale together. We have chatted on several different occasions, and every single time that I've been with Casey in a voice chat or something like that, it's just been a lot of fun, man. He's a really sweet guy, and he once again has some very interesting takes on music. He is very interested in choreography and always is able to go ahead and say some really cool things about it, which I really vibe, and definitely one of the reasons that I enjoy his content. But also on top of that, just because he genuinely loves what he's doing, and you can once again really see that. So I love Casey. I'm really glad for having him as part of our community as well, especially, and being a part of his awesome community too. But I really just want to say, Casey, thank you so much again as well, man, for everything that you've done this year. And I can't wait to, obviously, hopefully collaborate with you some more very, very, very soon. But can't wait to continue to see how you grow your channel, and of course what type of stuff you continue to dabble in, those rabbit holes that you're going to fall down for some of those newer groups coming out. But anyway, once again, moving on to Yoonbi, bro. This man look, I have such a love for Yoonbi, bro. Like I absolutely have such a love for Yoonbi, man. And this is just because, like, the guy, he just does whatever he wants, eh? Like he just does whatever he wants. Yoonbi is a drummer. He's got a lot of musical knowledge in that department, and he's just, like, if you want someone who's just vibing, and exactly like in the words of Yoonbi, we're just vibing. If you want someone who's just vibing, Yoonbi's your guy. He just is so cool. He's so soft. He's really sweet. He's a really nice guy, and he just loves everything, man. Like he's always got some very interesting things to say, but he's definitely not afraid to, say what he is on his mind, and I feel like in that regard, he's a very interesting person to watch. Like, he's a relatively new K-pop fan. He's got a lot of rabbit holes that he's been thrown down this year. I threw him into ateez's Rabbit Hole, which was a load of fun. It was so great. I loved doing that. But it's been really cool, obviously, to discover some more stuff with Yoonbi this year, but also see what it is that he has to say, and what type of opinions that he has. He's also been engaged in the community, and I'm once again as a part of his community too, and it's just really awesome. Like, his Twitch streams are super fun to come through to. His chat's really close, and all the members of his chat are super welcoming, and that's just a reflection of the type of company that he keeps as well. So once again, Yoonbi, everyone who I have mentioned in this part of this video, I really just want to say thank you for interacting with me, for being my friend, but also on top of that as well, just continuing to provide some awesome K-pop content for your communities, and just for the K-pop Reactor community as a whole. Thank you so much for contributing to that, and making sure that the community is filled with some absolutely freaking awesome content creators that are genuinely very passionate about what it is that they are doing. So I really, really, really appreciate them. Go and check them out. Of course, the channel names you should be able to search very easily on YouTube. Definitely go and give them a look. But I just really quickly wanted to say, as far as reactions are concerned, this is one thing that I think I've wanted to address for a bit, that I will eventually address, of course, when we do get into a podcast a little later. But that is that at the end of the day, stuff has changed over here on this channel throughout the course of this year. It's been, like I said, an interesting time of trial and error, and I think I can split this channel's growth almost into phases, and this will segue quite well into the next part of this video, which is going to be direction in 2022. Basically, we've had some interesting starts, right? Like, I first started this channel on the back of Stray Kids and Dreamcatcher, and it always will have been centered on Stray Kids and Dreamcatcher, and for that I fucking love it. The way that I started off this channel a year and a half ago was by deep diving and throwing myself into these two groups specifically, and as a result, a lot of things happened way quicker than I expected, and we wound up diving into a lot of different groups very gradually. But that first phase of this channel was one that was definitely very interesting to go through, and it wasn't long before, of course, naturally things progressed onto some different things. Now, I do really just want to say very quickly, if you're a Stray Kids fan, or if you're a Dreamcatcher fan, or anything like that, if you've been around, especially since then, thank you. I always appreciate you for staying part of this community, and for even joining to begin with. But I do just want to clarify some things very quickly, and this is just at least for the sake of, I guess, making official my standpoint, or my stance on this type of issue or this type of question, and that is that I will always love Stray Kids, and I will always love Dreamcatcher, and I will always still have them at the very top place in my heart, because that's what I've said, and that's the way that I live, and that's how I think. I may not necessarily react to absolutely everything anymore. I may not react to absolutely everything Dreamcatcher anymore. Well, Dreamcatcher's a bit different because I quite literally fucking watch everything on my own time anyway. But I may not do everything like every day or something like that, but it doesn't change the fact that I still actively listen to, care about, and love these artists. And that's part of being a reactor, is that once you get into an artist, once you listen to them, once you dive in, and once you're there, it's a positive. That's one of the reasons why. Like, I don't feel like I have to constantly keep proving myself to people, like, you know, uploading say 5 Stray Kids reactions a day, or 5 Dreamcatcher reactions a day, being like, hey, I'm still a fan, just letting you know. Like, I feel like I don't need to do that, and I'm really glad that I'm kind of in that mental headspace now where, you know, I can react to comebacks and other stuff in between, because then it feels very exciting for me too. Like, it feels like, yo, my alt group's coming back. I'm so pumped. I'm looking forward to this comeback. Let's fucking go. That's something I take a lot of pride in, and that's something that I get very excited about. Oh yeah, at the beginning, man, it was hard, Maz. It was very tough. I became tired very quickly, but it was such a ride. It was such an interesting ride, man. I was reacting every day to Stray Kids, every day to Dreamcatcher. I mean every day. Like, it was daily. I think I went like that for like 3 months, and then I got a bit tired, and I was like, yo, I need to take a couple of days off. And I had a full-time job at the time too. It was crazy. But now I just want to say to anyone who's ever confused about channel shifts or channel changes or whatever, I mean, of course, at the end of the day, you're going to think what you want to think, right? I can't change people's minds, but as far as I see it, and as far as I'm concerned, if I say that I love a group, then that's just me sharing my own feelings publicly. Then I will always continue to follow them and always continue to listen to them, even if you don't necessarily see 1,000,000,001 reactions from them every single day from me over on my channel, or at least over on Patreon or whatever. I love them so much nonetheless. But we had that, and then we switched to ateez. Like, ateez became a group for me that I fell so deeply into. It's one of those first love type scenarios, and I just fell head over heels for these girls, man. I fell head over heels for them, for their stories, for their talents, for their personalities, and what an absolutely freaking crazy ride it was. And it still is a crazy ride, because so many people have this misconception that suddenly, because I don't upload that much ateez content anymore, that I'm not a whiz one or some bullshit like that. I mean, it's just childish. it's very childish, but it's one of those types of things where, you know, like, dude, I just fell so deep into them. I fell in love with them, and I'm still so in love with them. And it's one of those types of things where, like, I will never forget how I felt when I first started standing ateez, and when I first got into them, and when I first really kind of fell super deep. And then, of course, you know, this year has been a very big year for fans of ateez, obviously, considering that ateez as OT12 now are no longer active, and of course they're pursuing their individual activities and careers, of which I'm so proud of them for, by the way. But it's been a really cool time, obviously, being able to see, you know, what it is that they're going through, and to be able to follow them in those different capacities too. I'm very excited for Hyewon to drop later on this week. I'm super excited for Kwangbae, because she's one of my alt biases. But, you know, just being able to go on that journey with you guys, and continue, for those of you guys who are still here and still recognize that I still love and support ateez, regardless of my focus right now, I really just want to say thank you for always sticking by me. And for those of you guys who are Insomnia, who are Stay as well, for the first phase of this channel that we've been through as well, thank you so much for sticking by, and obviously staying as part of this server, this channel, this community, just in general as well. I really appreciate it. We've then gone through the Girls Planet phase. We had that was extremely interesting. It was crazy. Once again, usurped a very big portion of my life, which was absolutely insane. But I discovered my alt group right now, my number one active alt group, which is Kepler, and I can't wait for them to debut. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But it was an interesting time as my first ever live survival show, being able to commentate on that with you guys, being able to come together with various members of the community and be able to talk and all of this type of stuff. It was just so cool. It was so exciting, and it was so interesting to be able to share my views and listen to the different views of others and communicate with you guys in that regard. So it was, Kep Gals, let's go, man. It was a wild 3 months in general. It was absolutely crazy, but I don't regret it at all. And a lot of people think that I've heard that a lot of people either think like, my channel has not benefited from Girls Planet 999, or that I should have boycotted it, or whatever, or that things became worse since GP 999 or whatever, to which I would say, honestly, just a very polite fuck you. Very polite fuck you, because nothing changes, right? Like, I really just love everyone at the end of the day. Like, I still love ateez regardless of whether I support Kepler, or I still love IVE regardless of the fact that I love and support ateez, or I still love Stray Kids regardless of the fact that I support Kepler, all of that type of stuff. But I really just had an awesome time discovering Kepler with you guys this year, and I can't wait for them to debut in less than 2 weeks. It's less than 2 weeks right now, man. It's going to be so good. And of course, that was an interesting phase, and this is, I think, moving into the Kepler phase of this channel, where we will, of course, continue to focus on a variety of different things, but of course, focus on Kepler. Now, as far as the direction of the channel in 2022 is concerned, I've got some very exciting stuff coming for you guys, and I'm really excited to share that. So jumping straight into it, for those of you guys who are at least active on the Discord, you will have seen that I've created 2 new channels towards the end of this year, at least so far. And Steph, you are so right. People grow and change. That's human nature. And I'm so glad that we're growing and changing so close to next year. And basically for Kepler, because Kepler, once again, is an alt group of mine that I absolutely adore, I've created a second channel over on there where I create fan-made content, which is something that I've been very interested in doing for a very long time. And also where I go ahead and I create video essays. Now, video essays have become a really, really, really awesome they become a really awesome method of expression for me. I think that's the way I can put it. It's become a very awesome method of expression for me, because being a reactor, I think it was never my main goal. Being a K-pop reactor has never been my main goal, because I don't want to just sit here and just watch content and talk about content, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to talk about just, oh, this music video is this, because personally, it's not my area of expertise, if I'm being real. Like, as far as K-pop is concerned, I'm so much more interested in more than just the music, and I've got several reasons for that. Now, for me, the way that I characterize my reactions over here is that if you're looking for like a musical review or a choreography review or a technical or skillful review or something like that, or commentary based on those aspects of a performance or anything like that, I don't do that. I don't do that. There's a lot of people that get very confused as to why I dance around and I sing and, I really shamelessly do a lot of this shit, and why I talk a lot. And that is just because I like doing that. That's how I do things, right? Like, I like talking. I like discourse. I like engaging and talking about things as honestly as I can. And I find that my community does too. And so, of course, we enjoy talking together. Now, if those are the type of reactions that you want, if those are the type of reactions that you are also interested in seeing, then strap yourself in, because there is more of that you're going to continue to get next year. However, I think that you're going to continue to get it in a much larger capacity. Now, what I mean by that is this year has been one of growth and change for me, but growth and change in gaining confidence in how it is that I make the content that I make. I've tried in some instances to provide more of a musical or choreographic or photographic review of certain types of content or certain forms of content, because I of course wish to do so. I want to try. But I have found that those types of situations don't necessarily fit me very well, because I'm not super passionate about the musical side only, or the choreography side only of many of the music that I listen to and watch. I'm rather more just very interested in listening to it and immersing myself in it as a fan and enjoying it as such, and showing that side of myself to you so that you guys have the ability to be able to engage with that and interact with that. Some people think it's fake. If you think it's fake, fuck you for gatekeeping how other people think. But honestly, I really don't care. I've really just kind of come to the point where I really don't care. I really do not care about how people see how it is that I enjoy content, and I am super happy to be able to enjoy it the way that I want to. And sometimes I even laugh at myself. I'm like, wow, you fucking dickhead. Like why are you dancing? Why are you dancing like that to this? Or like, you look like such an idiot, or something like that. But I do it obviously in the best sense, and I'm proud of the content that I make, and I'm proud even more so to then read comments of people who are like, yo, same here, or people who are like, yo, thank you so much for your reaction, or thank you so much for vibing out the way that you do, or something like that, because that's literally what I was doing. And that's essentially what we're here to connect at the end of the day. So of course, if you are very pumped for more of that type of stuff, then continue with us next year, because it's going to be fucking awesome, and I can't wait to continue to show more and more confident sides of myself in that regard, where I just enjoy things the way that I want to, and as a result, we just continue to vibe the way that we want to. But this segues perfectly into something that I mentioned just before, and that is video essays. Video essays I'm going to be doing on a second channel called Lock. It's quite literally just called LOK. For those of you guys who would like to come and check it out in the Twitch chat, go and give it a look. But I will also leave a link to it down in the description for those of you guys who are watching this VOD later over on YouTube. And basically, Lock is where I'm just going to post video essays about groups, general K-pop content, general K-pop topics just in general, and share my in-depth thoughts presented to you in the form of a video essay. So far, I've done one on IVE, I've done several on Kepler, and I've got some coming soon for Queendom 2. I've got a video that I'm actually starting to work on today for Queendom 2, and many more things, whether it be about boy groups, girl groups, soloists, K-pop in general, topics of interest, reality shows that are currently of interest, such as My Teenage Girl. We've got a lot of stuff coming for that, because I have thoughts and I have things that I would like to talk about, and I feel like they exist beyond the realm of reactions, and I'm very excited, of course, to continue and start doing that. Now, I am going to be posting over there, of course, when I can. There's not going to be an official schedule or an official time that we necessarily post stuff, but it's going to be a good place for me, I think, to, I guess not vent, but share some of my thoughts, and share from a more academic perspective what it is that I think about K-pop, and clinically reviewing it sometimes in that regard. When we have comebacks, when we have debuts, I intend on using that channel as a means for me to go ahead and actually review debuts, comebacks, all of that type of stuff as well for your favorite groups. So if you guys would of course like to go and check those out, then do definitely go and give that a look too. But the Kepler channel is also another place that we're going to be doing that type of stuff, but more specifically just for Kepler. On Patreon, I've got some stuff that I'm going to obviously be aligning with that as a result too. We will be looking at possibly adding or incorporating some of that type of content into the tiers that we provide over on Patreon, whether it be early access for some of those videos or not, because reactions, of course, are very different. Reactions I like to post immediately, but perhaps I might provide early access or extended cuts or extended thoughts on certain video essays, perhaps even some more spicier takes on video essays that I have to cover over on my Patreon. But of course, we have got a lot of that type of stuff coming, and I'm very excited to continue doing that. Of course, we have got language streams that we're going to be continuing over on the Twitch over here. So of course, I hope that you guys are very excited for that. Sorry, I just want to adjust the lo-fi a little bit, and I wound up turning it fucking off. Jesus Christ. We've got language streams that we're going to continue over here on the Twitch, because we have done that, and we did post our first language stream on the Patreon. It was a Hangul learning session where we started learning Korean together. Of course, I started teaching not necessarily very well, but we tried. We tried. I'm kidding, it was okay. But yeah, basically it's just going to be an opportunity for me to share Korean with you guys as well, and of course hope to help some of you guys in that regard in terms of communicating in the language that a lot of you guys are very familiar with, or at least very familiar with to the extent where you're around it a lot, or you hear it quite a lot, because we all listen to this type of music and enjoy it and appreciate it. But definitely lots more coming on that front there too. The main thing that I want to put out here is that I no longer really consider myself solely as just a reactor, but rather as a content creator in general. And for that, I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. Reactions will always remain, I think, the priority over here. And thank you so much, Steph. Reactions will always remain the priority over here on the channel, and so of course I will continue to do them, just because I have different forms of content and different stuff that I want to, of course, do. It doesn't necessarily mean that Tima, I'm literally watching you during my Korean class, how ironic. It doesn't mean that I want to, of course, stop doing anything. I just believe that I can tackle multiple things at one time, and I'm very happy to satisfy myself in that regard, because I've wanted to go ahead and tackle multiple different things at one time as well. But basically, yeah, LKTV will still be for reactions. The Shoutings channel will be for Kepler content, and of course video essays, fan edits, and all that jazz. And the Lock channel will be a place where I hopefully can make that a successful place, as well as far as the general K-pop content and stuff is concerned. I'm very, very, very excited for that. So if you guys are too, go and check out the links down in my description. You guys can definitely go and find your way to those channels if you guys would like. Like I said, we've got a Queendom 2 video coming over on the Lock channel very soon, so I hope you guys can look forward to that. But look, it's been an absolutely amazing ride so far this year. It's been an absolutely amazing ride. I've talked a lot on this stream already. I've literally talked already for over an hour, but I just want to say, for those of you guys who have been around, whether it be from the very beginning, whether it be today, whether it be for just a couple of days ago or whatever, thank you so much for your incredible support. For everyone who has ever interacted with anything of mine in any shape or form, thank you so much for everything that you have continued to do for me, and thank you so much for everything that you will continue to, of course, experience with me together. I'm very excited, as always, to continue on this journey with you guys, and I really hope that the next year that we've obviously got coming winds up being a good one, and one that we can all enjoy, and once again look back on with full hearts, and one that we can look back on with happiness and really good memories next year this time as well. So thank you so much once again to every single one of you guys, as always, whether it be Twitch fam, Patreon fam, Twitter fam, YouTube fam, whichever community you've come from. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you once again. This has been me. I don't really know what else to say, but it's been an absolute killer of a year, and I'm really looking forward to next year. But until next time, happy holidays. Take care of yourselves out there. I'll see you guys for the LKZ Awards very, 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 very soon. Very soon. I'll also be unveiling some of my top tracks, my top albums, all that jazz over here on Twitch. And I love you guys too, for those of you guys who are saying so in Twitch chat. But until next time, YouTube, take care, stay safe. Most of all and above all else, though, make sure that you guys are staying happy as usual. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, y'all.